Welcome one, welcome all, welcome to the PugLife. Today we are doing a Shrine of the Storms. It's going to be very interesting. We have okay mix. Like I don't know what spec this druid is, but normally we will have some range and some melee. It's a balanced druid, so we have a nice mix. A paladin tank. This week's affixes is still teaming, quaking, and fortified, and of course awakening, seeing as we're doing a hierarchy. And we'll see how this goes. This is a dungeon which has been failed very often, and I'm doing this on the weekend, which is usually not the best time to be doing Mythic Plus. But we'll just have to see how things go. You can place your bets now to see if we're going to do this well or if we're going to fail this completely. And yeah, let's see. Talents-wise, you can see what I've got up. Benediction, I'm still so lazy. Yes, I'm still so lazy. Haven't gotten the third rank of my Crucible of Flames. I know. It's in the works. I'll do it. It's just there's a lot of stuff I need to do, especially seeing as I realized how ridiculous this Warfront piece of Azurite gear is. Having a flat 363 verse is a bit crazy. That's for most people that's like 4% verse, but for me with my ring it actually equates to roughly 5. So that's a bit stupid. Yeah. So it's pretty OP. I just hope that these guys are going to start anytime soon. Where are they actually? That's a very good question. It's one. Yeah, they're both there. Does this guy have war mode on? Yep, he does. I do not, I think. Do I? That's a good question. Yep, I do not, so it's perfect. Let's get a summon going. Yeah, quick grab to make sure you have people's attention. Okay, that's the summon out. So normally we're... Oh wait, this guy's in Port of Zandalar. Oh, yeah, it's true that from Port of Zandalar to Shrine of Storm is just way too far. How dare I ask people to walk? Do they not realize that they're not peasants? Only peasants walk to the dungeons. All the other bowlers, they get summons. We do have 3 Eastern Europeans or Russians here, and one person who's got a name I can actually pronounce. I wonder what they are running corruption-wise. I can't really tell like this. Gear-wise, well, if they enter, I'll be able to check a bit more. But this guy seems on par. I am roughly at the same yeah, he's a bit higher than me. But gear doesn't matter because it's all about that corruption. He's got 1 Mind Flame, which is never bad for a single target. Does he have any Echoing Void? Nope. No, Twilight Devastation is always nice. There's a whole bunch of good ones, but... Oh, he's got some Leech. Always good for me. And he's got the counterpart to the trinket I have. Ooh. Could they please hurry up, though, because this is driving me nuts. Ah, there you go. All inside now. A little bit of buff. I've changed my OBS, so normally it should be able to recover itself after it crashes. Please, NVIDIA, please fix your shit. Either NVIDIA or WoW, I don't care who, but one or the other. I was thinking it might actually be NVIDIA who's trying to annoy Blizzard because Blizzard annoyed them. Because they had a game streaming service which they released called like I think it was like GeForce Now, and when just before the release, Blizzard pulled out all their games. So Nvidia might just be like, okay, fine, if you're going to do a sin like that, we're not going to complain or anything. But it just so happens to be that people crash with our hardware on in your games. Because most people would just probably blame Blizzard because that's the way people usually do things.
With the power of the Tide Pearl, our fleets will be unstoppable. The Alliance must not claim this prize. All who oppose us will fall. Now, let the hunt begin.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
power of the Tide Pearl, our fleets will be unstoppable. The Alliance must not claim this prize. All who oppose us will fall. Now, let the hunt begin.
Beware.
Sorry for being rather quiet at the moment, I'm trying to focus up, and I had some IRL stuff happening. So I'm going to have to quickly stay quiet for a little bit longer. Normally at first boss we should be back to normal, so at least you can enjoy some gameplay. I already have some stuff I'm going to talk about that I've messed up so far. I'm wondering if you guys have seen them yet. See that in a second. See ya, see ya.
止施法。停止施法。
sully this holy place with your presence. I call upon the surging waters.
停止施法，
Arise and wipe out these intruders. But our true prey retreated into the shrine.
Okay, it's time to actually have some commentary. You saw a good shit show happen at the start. That was a combination of first the tank, like, dying on one of those, elementals. Oh, please don't die too. Yeah, thank you. He's got it. But, first the tank dying to one of the big elementals. I'm not dealing with this one, actually. Like, first the tank dying to the big tight end elemental. It happens. Especially when you get two chucks in the air and life just gets awful, then yeah, there's not much you can do. If you, what else? I took a couple of quakings I shouldn't have. Which is, I don't take too many quakings, I think. I haven't had a spooky ghost since I had that really bad one. Like, a really bad duo, but at the same time, I'm not really that chuffed about that, because at the same time, I know that, like, it's a bit of a hard situation, because I didn't really have, like, even if I hadn't gotten spookies, I think we would have wiped anyway, because I was knocking back the targets, trying to help the tank kite, but he had overpulled at that point, which was really not a good idea. Here we should be taking the Gale Titan apprentices for the simple reason that the apprentices, they, or the spiritualists, or tanks as spiritualists, so we're doing spiritualists. For the simple reason that spiritualists have like the healing. I like doing the apprentices because they're the ones which spawn these circles on the ground, and the circles can like be a little bit iffy. Like I'm dealing with corruption as well, so gotta get out of that. A little bit of not gonna get a cast off. A little bit more. Someone actually, yeah, I think it's my Mechagon video where we were talking about the corruption which gave you versatility on damage taken. That someone was complaining and saying that it wasn't for healers, and it was only for people who were playing tank specs. Well, I disagreed, and as you can see here, it's proccing again and again, and on any of these AoE packs, it can be a lifesaver, especially when you have no defensives of your own. Should I deal with this corruption? I'll wait until I have a spooky. If I have a spooky, then I'll get rid of it. I'm sorry, I'm healing people, so there's no way I'm going to bother. Oh, actually I'm dying. He did the good call of saving me, but I might have to sacrifice someone. Oh, no. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. It's just a combination of really bad things, like these shipbreaker storms, there's just a whole bunch of healing which isn't required here, so it's god awful. Like here, if I even miss a single dispel, and oh, yeah, and it just needed a spooky to spawn right on top of me, and it was over. This is probably one of the hardest packs. It's also because we're not line of sighting it as we're meant to. Normally you're meant to stand on the side and then line of sight it to avoid dying to this stuff, but he didn't. Like, if we line of sight, we can avoid all of the stuff we're meant to do here. Like, you can actually line of sight the Shipbreaker Storm so that you just ignore it, and it won't, like, you just don't damage it while the Shipbreaker Storm's active. But they didn't want to do that here. And plus, having a spooky spawn, like, right on top of me, it just doesn't help. It costs us a battle res, but honestly, like, I'm not really that chuffed yet again. There's sometimes where you have to feel guilty about your own stupidity, but like there are the times where you know it's not your fault and you should just live with it, especially when you're playing PugLife. Like here, the tank is pulling a hard pack just straight after I just used all my cooldowns, and oh my god, I can't believe that happened. Some wings, this is god awful. Like I don't understand why he's pulling so hard. Like okay, I made him pull a little more because I needed the pack, granted. But at the same time, there was no point in going for such a hard pack just after I'd spent all my cooldowns on It's fine, I've got a little bit of immunity from spookies at the moment, so that'll be fine. Let's keep on trying to interference because I don't want to cast big buff healing. Let's get some more CC out. CC's your friend. Get some arcane time so I can get a prayer mending, a regular heal, and we're fantastic. Get my trinket up in a couple of seconds. I'm going to let the other guy res. Yeah, let them res. I can be fine. Oh, where's my food? Let's just pretend I'm eating. Here we go. Fantastic. Gonna have to rebuff for a second. And go for a couple of smites, because... Ah, you know, nice snap there. I did not know you could snap the mobs. This tank really knows all the sneaky spots to snap the people in place. To snap the ads into a proper position to be tanked. Like he did it a couple of times, like on the goblet and such before one of the gale crawlers, and it was pretty fantastic. But like he's pretty good. Like he knows his stuff, his way around here. It's just that like honestly, I'm not playing greatest. Fantastic. Slowly regenerating that mana, which is great. Ooh, that's a nice snap. I did not know you could just pull them into the pit. Yeah, there you go. He's pulling all of them into the pit. That's really, really smart. This also means that if they get feared, there's not a single chance of them actually running into the boss because they're all in the pit. Do some fat heals, do some burn heretic. I'm gonna go channel him as well, just because I can. That'll bring me back to half my mana, which is more than enough for the next boss and next crash. I'm going to stand on the other side of them just in case some of them want to run into the boss. And we have a tar trap as well, yeah, so there's no way these guys are getting away from us. How long on my torrents? 2 seconds, perfect. This guy is not pulling the boss yet, do not know why. Ah, he wants to get the skip, because in the case if we wipe, we can actually get the skip going here, and that'll be fantastic. But, well, I hope we don't wipe here. It'd surprise me if we did, honestly. And plus, it's also really smart, because if he wants to get me back to max mana via passive mana regen, well, this is the best idea for him. It's literally just giving me more time to cast my smite, get mana back passively, and do a little bit of damage. It's a smart call to actually keep on pulling to the next pack. Let's just hope I don't get a spooky at the moment. So far so good. I've got a master spell which I should be give him some wings. This guy's constantly casting unending darkness, so it's not a bad idea to. He's got wings on him at the moment. Oh, people die. Let's get rid of my corruption. No. That was not happening. That was such an overpull. Like, it's one thing to try and pull a lot, but it's another thing to overpull, and that was clearly more of the overpull category than trying to pull a lot. Like, if you can't interrupt the unending darkness and the costs that they do, you're not going to be able to do that properly. Let's get some hot sun. I have my doubts that they'll be. Nah, it wasn't happening. He's a good tank. He knows his way around here. It's just that he does some really weird stuff. Like, it's not really his bad, honestly. He's trying to do some really, really cool stuff, so I can appreciate that in a tank. We're not going to time the ski, but honestly, it's already one in my roster, and it happens. Like, I also had a corruption to deal with at the same time as all that huge pack, which doesn't help. That's the thing with the corruption. You can run high corruption, especially with the spookies, but as long as people are, I'm not going to say doing their job, but as long as they're not like... If people are not overly ambitious and you're not taking a mountain of damage from all sorts of sources, well, you can literally just not bother with it. Hello, may I click the portal? Thank you. Like, if there isn't a whole bunch of damage which is going on, you are completely fine running high corruption, especially if there's no AoE damage, because you literally can't get it to proc. It is also a double-edged sword, because in my case I'm also using the damage taken as a chance of increasing your verse. Like, that one is very good, but I need to take damage to do that. But on most bosses it's completely fine. What are we waiting for? Did we have... What? No, I think he died. I don't understand how though. Why does he want me to go there?
停止施法，
No, he's gone. I mean, there's nothing I could do. like he released, so... Yeah, he died somehow on his way back, like, even though I had already killed the pustule, like, maybe he pulled the Gale Cooler because he didn't take the portal? But that seems very, very strange. We got an obelisk here, which is not killed yet, so we're probably going to be pulling that way, way, way further, and maybe work a little bit backwards. We're not going to time this, not in a million years. Okay, maybe in a million years is a harsh tell, but I mean, this is not going to be a timed game.
3,
But at least it's an experience. Like, it's one of my first Shrine of the Storms on a priest. Like, during the week, I don't know why, but I got very unfortunate with keys. Like, no Shrine of the Storms were going, or when they were going, they just, like, I just got into other stuff faster, so it was just not happening. Here, it's all about focusing the Fae. You really want to avoid getting too many casts of slicing off, but we have a Paladin tank, which, honestly, in my opinion, for pugs is like the best tank you can get for Shrine. Because they have so many interrupts that for Gale Caller you just get a monstrous amount of interrupts on her. So like we haven't taken slicing yet, so it's either because he's combining really, really well. Because I know he's not. I don't think he's alone. I think he's with someone else here. Ooh, don't get sliced. I need to cast a little quick hymn. Slicing blow. Here we're going to reset some stacks. Let's get him to reset stacks as well. Oof, please reset your stacks. Yeah, there you go. DPS sometimes just don't reset their stacks, so you have to force them to. It is a good time to run out of my spooky boys. And you don't want to get hit by the tornadoes at all. They do a hefty chunk of damage. Like, I'm having the additional bonus damage from Corruption, which is always fun, because I like it. Like, I actually really like Corruption. Corruption is a great system. It's fantastic for most people to deal with. Like, it gives an extra layer of complexity to the game, especially when it comes to doing things like just the dungeons in general. Like, I think that if I was doing this on lower Corruption, I'd have less fun. But that's something I've already been telling people often. Like, there's no point repeating it. Ooh, and plus our tank, if you see how shiny he is, he's actually running Seraphim, which is very interesting. You don't come across that many Seraphim tanks just because it costs them active mitigation to be able to run Seraphim. So they have a tendency of not wanting to because it's not worth it. But I guess if he has really high amounts of haste, then it might be worth it. See, these are the cases where it's not that good to be running with this Corruption because, like, after we'd finished... he's gonna cast faster, isn't he? Yeah, he's gonna cast way faster. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of people who don't play Seraphim. This time we're going for this boss, which this boss I think he just has a whole bunch of small boys. They bite the tank, so if you can actually knock them away from the tank, it's actually a good idea. And you have the fear which you have to dispel, but... Here we go, let's give him some wings, let's make sure we knock everything back. Yeah, and he's healing so much, it's ridiculous. I'm not sure if he used... It's strange, how come I not being able to... Yeah, okay, the fear came out, I'm gonna get rid of it on me. Yeah, that guy can heal. Ooh, he's getting eaten by them as well. Like, I can see he has 3 stacks, and when he has 3 stacks, that means he's been sliced up a bit by the small boys. Why is this, like, I swear, okay, maybe I did have it off on cooldown, but it's very particular. Like, I find it very strange when I don't have it on cooldown, because generally speaking I only use it for very specific times, so I'm not that, like, bothered by it. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of him. He's got the longest one. There we go. Are we skipping all this? No, we're not. We're taking this. Okay. A little bit of slappage here. Is he going to go before he lets me heal him? Yep, he's gonna go before he lets me heal him. It's very sad times if you ask me. I wonder if you're actually fast enough to kill them here. You can actually kill them before they spawn these guys. I'm pretty sure you can't, but just in case, like, it'd be nice for someone to confirm me that. Ooh, that guy's getting sliced. I'm gonna give him some wings. It's a shame because I had to interrupt my hymn for that. Then again, I was already lucky enough to not have a quaking during that hymn because I timed it poorly compared to the quaking timer. What's next? Not using enough mendings, that's one mistake. So far, no real spookies, so no, I'm not gonna quit my cast off. I'm doing okay mana-wise. Like, I am being taxed a bit this run. I'm not sure what it is I'm exactly doing wrong in that case. I think it's just because I'm being very liberal with healing. I'm a bit tired from yesterday, so I'm not as focused from anything else. Big parties, it's big fun, but you also need to be able to do stuff. And I did some work earlier on today, which actually went pretty well. Still got a little bit more work to do after this, so good times, good times. Here, I'm not even sure if there's anything which can proc my broken. I think next time to run this, I'll run Void Ritual on my weapon and not take the versatility corruption that I have. The damage taken give versatility. Because it is very nice for a lot of bosses. It's just that in here I just get the impression that there's just not enough AoE to actually warrant it. Give him some wings, so I'm sure he never dies. Well, never dies. Well, he has died this time more than this dungeon more than once. So never say never. Oh, I actually had a spooky as well. Thank God I noticed that one in time and I could dispel it. Like, it has a tendency of sometimes bugging out. Like, you use your cloak, but the spooky still comes, and it feels like you've just got scammed. Being scammed out of your like cloak is really shitty. I hope I can get in here like this. Here we go. In we go, and this is Spider Boy, so got all the explosive stuff. I need to get some dispels out, lingering doubts coming out. Can I outrange it, or is it not on me? Generally speaking, if you see him cast and you're at the maximum of his range, you can literally just run back. Like here, he's not casting on me, and he won't have a tendency of casting on me if I'm too far away from him. So that's also a fantastic move if you don't feel like dealing with it. Let's get some fear, let's get stuff. I'm gonna eat a lingering die and yeah. Oh well. And it's sad because it was also just as I used Serenity, so I can't even hold on to that to stop people. Gonna hope for a couple of procs. Let's see, am I out of range? No. CC came out. There we go, a little bit of smiting, a little bit of this. Get some mana back, lingering doubts coming out, but they CC it. Fantastic. Like, the DPS should stop DPSing, but me, like, it's fine if I continue DPSing. I'm not going to be the difference maker when it comes to DPS here. I'd like to say that I'm OP DPS, but like, especially this run, I'm only at like 600k, so it's not even comparable. This is a place you can really get slapped, so you really need to be very quick on the. Yeah, like, I'm just gonna give myself wings because I don't want to be wiped here, because the number of times you can just get really unfortunate with the procs already. You've seen how much my health has spiked. Like, there are times where there's just nothing you can do and you just get a ton of damage go on you in one go. We're going for both packs of them, which is interesting. I guess percentage-wise it's a logical choice. I'm going to use Divine Hymn because I can, and I've got 4 seconds. It's a chunk of healing, and if it works... Oh, please don't die, please don't die, please don't die, can I not die? Fantastic. And I should be using more prayer of healings. There you go. Fantastic. Here my verse procs. Well, that's one of the rare occasions in this dungeon where it has. If it procs on the last boss, well, basically I'm dead because I'm going to have the healing debuff. Because healers in the last boss, they get a very, very nasty little buff, which makes them take a huge amount of... make them deal a huge amount more damage, but also reduce their HP. So if they fuck up, well, it's game over. I'm going to keep my Chastise for the Spookies, because I don't want to deal with them, especially if I have other things going out. But this... Oh, no, that's the wrong one. Started to avoid something out, so I'm going to quickly cast a couple of smites, not many. Here we go, keep on smiting him, and we are going to... Yeah, there you go, be Gucci. I ended up using my Chastise, so I just didn't want to risk it. Do I have a dispel for him? Yeah, we have a dispel. So far so good. No one's been stunned. No one's... Oh, that guy might get stunned. I don't know. Okay. This guy did get stunned, I think. That's a stun. Yeah, that's a slow, unfortunately. But I just used my dispel on the stun, so... Let's not do this. Ancient Mind Letters coming out. Use it on. It's not the Hunter. I'm going to start smiting the Hunter, though. It's because I doubt we have enough. Here we go. Keep on smiting. Keep on... Oh, no, please. Thank you. And I've got the slows coming out. Oh, and you can actually jump in the pool. That's nice. I didn't know that. The more you know. I mean, these dungeons, like, we've been running them for at least, like, an expansion. And, like the equivalent of an entire expansion, and I'm still learning things. Like I knew that the pool did damage because I remember sometime in one of the dungeons I was a little bit overzealous wanting to go fast, and I jumped in the pool before it had time to go away, which was very unfortunate. Like the damage you take when you go in, you go for a swim. This guy should have plenty of orbs, so I'm not too chuffed. I'm still gonna smite him a bit. Oh, please. Oh, this might be close. Please, please. Ooh, yep, perfect. Let's give him some heals. Let's give myself a dispel. Being chased by 3 of these Orby boys, which is nice. I had some good timing on that cloak. You see here, the puddle, like he's about to jump in. He might die because it's still dealing damage, but okay, he dispelled properly. Why do you go back to Draenor garrisons? Basically for this potion, because it gives you a crap ton of movement speed in water. And I think it's like a 100% movement speed in water. I hate water combat, so this is like, for me, it is my solution against that. Regardless of how badly we did, we honestly had an alright time when it comes to a timer. Like, I guess if we had one wipe less, a little bit more clean play left and right, we would have done this in time. But honestly, for a Shrine 12 on a weekend when I'm only starting to get a little bit back into a groove, it's actually not bad in my book. Oh, it's not good. See, this is why I hate the water areas. It's just because it just makes it a mess for quaking and stuff. You can't see where people are at. Like, this is actually an interesting pack because I know that there's a lot of damage to come out. This is the kind of place where I might get my corruption to proc, the increased verse. It's because I'm taking a bit of damage, but nope, no such luck. Note to self, do not take the verse on damage corruption when you are in Shrine of Storms. It's not a good call. I think he just used a big personal, like a lay on hands or something. I found a YouTuber, if I have a friend who... Oh god, please. No, it's not happening. It's too many stacks of bites. Let's get the Quake out, let's get a res out. And we're into the last boss, basically. Wasn't too bad, honestly. Why? I'm so shit compared to them, compared to when it comes to DPS. I'm getting myself out of back. Let's get flash heal, hold it. Okay, get fire bending. Oh god, oh, how does he get eaten alive? Please don't get eaten alive like that. Nah, I'm gonna have to tank this, there's no way. Oh, and I got the innovate, that's very nice. Ooh, the dead casket, which is bad. I can't do this, okay, quick divine him. It's a bit of a waste when he gave me innovate to use divine him, but oh well. Quick torrent, quick him a hope. In this case I think it would have been better to do the opposite way around. First to use him a hope, then torrent because it increases based on how much health you're missing, so no mana you're missing. So me using a torrent made me on a higher percentage of mana, so get also less from that. These sunken denizens do a crap ton of damage, but like not much I can do about that. Like, yeah, I should be focusing a little bit more on the tank here. As in my defense, I am a bit tired, and this guy is going so much damage. Please, I need to get him to reset stacks, but I wonder how I'm going to be able to tell him that. Let's just make them fuck off. Let's go. Just reset your stacks, please. Thank you. There you go, I forced the tank to reset stacks, which is fantastic, because him having 8 stacks is very painful. Do we have a little more? Yeah, we do have a little bit more. Do we have 4% more, though? That is the question, because this is not a pack where I think we'll have 4% more. I do like the art style that they've changed with Nyada, the patch. The fact that they put eyes in dungeons and stuff. As much as people think that like they just reskinned a couple of zones, well, granted, they did, but at the same time, they also gave us all sorts of tiny little attention to detail, which they didn't really have to. And honestly, like most people who do Mythic Plus dungeons, they probably don't even notice these things. I'm gonna leave him away so he doesn't die. He has 14 stacks of that debuff, so he is getting eaten alive. And I'm eating some corruption, so it's all good, it's all good. He's healing himself, I'm gonna heal myself afterwards, and we are good to go. This is probably gonna be the end, so end of this, and yep, let's go R, nice.
2, 1.
I have no cooldowns left, which is sad. I do have my trinket though, which is great. The trinket is gonna give me like 20% of my mana back, let's not get slapped. Whispers of Power is coming out, which is a fantastic buff because it means that I can start ripping the boss to shreds. You can dispel it if you don't want to risk playing with it, because if anything hits you, you are basically dead. So I know that if I get a Corruption Eye, I'm going to have to either instantly dispel it, or I'm going to have to yeah, I'm going to have to instantly dispel it, or like get out of it instantly. So, but I don't think there's anything which actually can do damage to me here. Like, what is there? There's these slams, which I really shouldn't, and there's a consume. And as long as I don't, as they interrupt properly, like, consume is not an issue, so I can just hold on to this and, oh, it's about to dispel myself, because I swear consume might go out. Do a little bit of damage, do a little bit of healing, do a little more damage. Because now I'm at 9 stacks, which is the maximum amount, and I'm actually doing a very, very nice amount of damage. Get him a little bit of healing. Oh, I cannot get slapped at all though. Give him some wings so that I don't have to heal as much. Move away from each other. Whisper of Power's coming out. I'm not going to get hit by that slam, but I'm still going to be careful. Keeping on smiting, getting some stuns off, getting some wings out, healing them tank. Using a little bit of these. Oh, please. Oh, why is he standing in the silence? That's just bad news. I'm gonna get rid of the debuff on me now. I cannot afford to. Nope. We lost. Ay, ay, ay. I don't think there's much I can do. I think if I kite him out into the water, he might reset. And if he does, it'll be fantastic. Is he gonna reset?
4, 3.
Is he gonna reset anytime soon? Yep, he did. Fantastic. Beautiful. That's the only way you can reset here. So if it happens, it happens. I thought he might have good DC'd there. Like, it wouldn't have surprised me. Or he might just rage at me being like, oh, you shit. Yeah, he did DC, I think. He took way too long to react, and this is what I was talking about when it comes to those really cool like additions, especially in this one. They went a little bit overboard. They're like, hey, we've got a room, let's just put obelisks everywhere, but just the tentacles coming out of all places, the eyes everywhere. It's very nice, I like it. It's a shame because we don't have Bloodlust anymore, but at least I've got full mana back, and I didn't die, so no repair Billerino for me. Doing a little bit of padding, gonna give him another stack of mending as soon as I can. Give him some heals, give him some renews. He is eating a lot of damage all of a sudden. I think it might be because he's this. Yeah, I'm just gonna knock him back as soon as. Oh, that was stupid. I messed that up. Oh well. I can very easily do this. He's gonna use Whisper of Power on. Wait, what? Ah, no, I dispelled the Whisper of Power because I'm an idiot. Should have kept it. Oh well. It's gonna be low damage city. I do have my trinket up, so it should be able to compensate a bit for me not having the buff. But it's stupid because the amount of extra damage I can provide here if I have my trinket is really, if I have the buff, is very substantial. Whereas here it's taking us like 3 times the amount of time it normally does. The advantage is I have less stress to deal with things. And it probably was the right call, seeing as I'm running this high corruption and I don't want to get slapped. Especially like it just takes one, the consume essence did not go off. I was about to say one consume essence, which is really bad, and it will really hurt our odds of doing it properly. But oh well. And also it is not in time, so going for a more conservative and easier way of doing things is not a problem. I don't feel the slightest bit of remorse. Ooh, someone got tentacle slapped. I like this boss. The only problem is it's another one of those syndromes of like a dark blue room with blue things on the floor, like purple things on the floor. So it's like, are you intentionally trying to make it hard for people to do things properly? Like it sometimes feels that way. Let's quickly smite these. Hopefully I get Whisper of Power. There you go. Whisper of Power is coming out, so I'll be able to start. Let's knock these away. Let's do some arcane. Can we please? Thank you. Yeah, quick coming out. Yeah, it looks like we're good. Now time to start damaging the boss, healing the tank as well. So might as well. Yeah, because tank needs health. I probably should have saved that artifact power, Azurite essence for giving some wings because I got Quaking coming out. Fantastic, and back to max HP. Keep on smiting away, trying to get some procs. Not happening. Kill this guy. Fantastic. Out of my corruption, into the smite spam, into the trinket, into the holy fire. And I've got plenty of stacks so that once I come out of here, if I don't get instantly blown up by consumed essence, I can start saving people. Which is fantastic. There you go. No consumed essence for me. I still have Whisper of Power, so time to get more damage out. This guy seems to get slapped by a lot of things. The rogue. Here we go, and he's dead. Next, we go back to doing DPS on him. A quick artifact power. A couple of smites. Gonna use my chastise because this is basically over. Probably won't have any. Don't take any damage for spooky. So here we go, and boom. That's no boom. Look, he just took a chunk of damage again. I don't know what's up with him. Like, he seems to enjoy it. Like,
you dare to interfere in my affairs? What makes you think you can oppose my will?
I don't know, like, that's just some weird pathing thing. I think we might have pulled like one mob too little earlier on. Or maybe a pack we should have taken, which we skipped.
It will be your last.
Keys toast anyway, it's just a bit tedious.
Pearl is ours.
Use a little bit too many of these, honestly. You only get 4 per day for free if you go to your garrisons and you have an alchemy follower. And an alchemy lab. I just, every time I pop by for one reason or the other, whether it's to open Blackrock Foundry Mythic for a Mount Collector friend, or if it is to just, I don't know, chill around in Garrison, remember the good old days. What? The good old days of Warlords of Draenor? Are you crazy? Yeah, maybe I am. Maybe it is crazy to love Warlords of Draenor. I'm not gonna pretend I loved it, didn't spend too much time in it. I only spent the last, patch. Wow, this is taking so long. I did not think the tank would. Yeah, here we go. Give him some feathers. Show our tank a little bit of love. Here we go. He's got speed and he's gonna get a grab. There we go. I don't get his markers. Like, there might be a sequence that he specifically wants us to do them in, but let's give him this because that was stupid. I don't get it. Like, he takes so much damage. Yeah, and we're doing this. Oh, we should not be doing this. Like, honestly, I'm tempted to just let myself die here because we need to. That was a nice crit, I guess. Oh, no, this is awful. Like, why take the dual packs here? This is just such a bad move. Can I get a fear off? Can I get a knockback? Yeah, just slowly but surely, yeah. Thank God, bless the Lord. Thank God that was over. 52 minutes for a 12, that's not very good on timer. We overtimed that by, I guess, like, I don't know, 7 minutes, if not, like, 12 minutes. I don't know what the timer is in here. I think it might be 45 minutes, or maybe just 40. I'll probably check if the recording when it comes to that. Loot. I don't even know what loot this dungeon gives me. Loot. Ooh, I haven't gotten this yet. The thing which makes me look like Lord Stormsong. I like the ensemble. It looks pretty. There might be some like quest requirements things which I haven't done yet. Wouldn't surprise me. Sea breeze. Meh. Not a massive fan, but if I get the ensemble and a sea breeze, looks are pretty good together. What else? I wanted to go to pre-stall specializations. Okay, let's go just to Shrine Storm. Murky Ring, it's okay for this. For not really my thing. I'd rather have crit verse. This guy got Gale Caller's boon with a socket. That's pretty damn good. It's probably gonna be irreplaceable until he gets like a 475 version of it. So not that. Here, crit verse. I admit this is something which could be an upgrade if I get socked one or something. Not useful. Not useful. No other things. So yeah, honestly, there's not much I can get. Oh yeah, and there's the conch. Forgot about the conch. Conch could be nice. Conch is very nice because it just gives me. It's very good for damage and it's good for healing. There's like a good mix. So let's see a title course. Oh no. Something I already have. That's sad. Oh well. Guess this enchant loot. I can get rid of these and wear the other ones, so they are mythic 12, and I look better. And it's all about looks, isn't it? Save this is this my hoodie set? Yeah, save this hoodie. So, what did we learn about Shrine of Storm? Shrine of Storm on teaming, it's alright, not the worst. It's pretty tank dependent. You are usually... Sorry, yawning a bit. You're usually very happy when you come across Prop Paladin tank, because Prop Paladin tanks in Shrine of Storm, they have a lot of interrupts, and it's just useful for so many different mobs in here. What else did we learn? Running high corruption is viable, but not at any price. Like, I barely got any spookies to deal with. None of them which actually killed me. The only ones which killed me was because we weren't handling packs properly. Like, for example, at the start when I got 2 of them and they wrecked me. That was mainly because we did an overpull, and it was probably going to end badly anyway. The second one, which I died to, was by the elemental mob, which does Shipbreaker Storm. That one, honestly, we should have been line of sighting the storm, but for some reason, tank didn't want to, and no one else was doing it. So we were just trying to do the old heal through it way, but honestly, with a plus 12 key, with it's not bolstering. What is it called again? Fortified. Like they do increased, they do 30% increased damage. It just on a 12, it's just not really that easy to heal. If I was playing maybe another class, I could maybe deal with it, or yeah, maybe I just need to get good. What else? I did like the pathing from this guy. Like there was not too many crazy things with the obelisks. We did have a little bit of a problem with percentage, but that can easily be rectified with pulling one more thing at the start, or like in the room, you have one of the Gale Callers who puts circle on the ground, and like you need to stand in it, or otherwise it's going to kill you. The carve that she casts is going to kill you. So, like that in that room, you could probably take the pack at the back, which we didn't take, and that'll probably make it work. I'll show you which one I'm on about. Right here in this room, the back side of this room, I'm pretty sure we didn't take. Whereas if we had taken it, we would certainly have had the percentage, and we wouldn't have had to backtrack through the water and shit. The wife said to start was not smart, but oh well. What do you want to do? Next time, just for you curious, this is the corruption I was on about that I probably wouldn't take. The damage taken as a chance to increase your verse. I'd swap that out for just a fat bunch of crit verse, just because screw haste. And my weapon from Zanish. Like sure, it gives me it gives me exactly the same stats and exactly the same amount of corruption, but it has void ritual. So no, sorry. Like no, it doesn't give me exactly the same. I think this gives me no, it's also 35. So yeah, does it give me the same stats as the? No, no. I'm just saying stupid stuff. It's similar stats in any case, and yeah, this is probably what I'd roll. I just don't like rolling void ritual with me being the only one, because I just don't feel like I get the value out of it. Oh well. This has been PugLife, first Shrine of the Storm video. I hope next time we do Shrine of the Storm, I'll be a little bit more awake, I'll actually be talking before we reach the first Gale Caller bosses, and yeah, you'll get a more thorough experience than what we had today, and hopefully do it at least in time. Anyway, ciao ciao, and take care.